This is a pub. This used to be a pub. And this right here is the Tan Hill Inn. This pub right here is the highest pub in Britain, sitting alone in the Yorkshire Dales at 1,732 foot high, or 528 metres. And you know what? I fancy a pint. There is just one issue. I am here. Bournemouth, a seaside town on the south coast of England, one of the most popular places for a beach holiday. 370 miles stands in our way from the highest pub in Britain and the highest pint. I guess there is only one thing we can do.
I mean, what an absolute glorious start to the ride. Just coming through Salisbury, done about 30 miles. The sky is just bright blue, not a cloud in sight. It's currently about 3-4 degrees. It's going to get quite cold tonight, but it's just glorious. It's just a very gentle breeze, and it's just bloody gorgeous. We've got about 330 miles until we get our pint. Today's goal is going to be to get the other side of the Salisbury Plain and probably try and get up onto the Ridgeway, and that'll be where we camp tonight. But wow, it's absolutely beautiful today. Heading out towards the Salisbury Plain next, so I'm hoping they're not training and I can just ride around like the perimeter pathy part of it. Yeah, beautiful start. Hopefully it stays like this whole trip and we can have a nice pint at the highest pub with a beautiful view and clear blue skies. Let's go. Right guys, just got to Stonehenge. Gonna have a quick break and just enjoy this absolutely beautiful day. We're just coming up to a place called Larkhill, which is where we'll start to head across the Salisbury Plain, although I can see smoke and I can hear gunshots, so they're probably training, so we might have to take a bit of a detour. I'm not sure yet, we'll see. But yeah, absolutely beautiful day. Actually getting a bit hot, even though it's only like 6 degrees. So I think we'll take the jacket off for a bit. Ugh. But man, we've done about 45 miles so far today, which means we've got about 320 miles or so until we get to the Tan Hill pub. But oh my god, it's just such a beautiful day. There's like no wind, it's just glorious. And tonight, if it stays like this, we should have like this beautiful, beautiful sunset and a starry night. It's currently 2:45. Sunset is about 5, just after 5. So we've got a few more hours, a couple more hours until the sun starts to set. It's not too far to the Ridgeway from here, just maybe like 20 miles or so to get through the Salisbury Plain. Right, chill out for a bit and then let's go see if we can get through. Oh, does the day get any better? The red flags are not flying, so we can go through the Salisbury Plain, all the nice gravel road. We have a nice gravelly ride now for the next sort of 10, 15, maybe even 20 miles, which is nice. It's not every day, you're just cruising along and you're just confronted with a tote of a tank in front of your face. You can sort of see them all behind me in formation, heading that way. That was slightly daunting, but they gave me a cheery wave, so. Cows, tanks, what's next? Right guys, not quite at the Ridgeway and the sun is just setting behind me. The sky over there is absolutely beautiful. The white horse is over there and we're just climbing up, and then we've got to descend down and then we're up on the Ridgeway where I'm gonna camp. I already know where I'm gonna camp. Camped there quite a few times, even on this channel quite a few times, but it doesn't look like we're gonna get there quite before sunset, which honestly behind me, this camera will not do it justice. It's absolutely beautiful. Today we've done so far about 60 miles I think it is, and well, a very muddy 60 miles I might add. So when I get to camp I'm going to try and clean the bike up a bit because it's a mess. Wow, good morning guys, look at that sunrise behind me. It's currently about 7:30 in the morning. It got down to about -2, -3 last night. Nice and warm in here. It does look a bit cold down there. We ended up riding into the darkness a little bit last night to get to our camp spot along the Ridgeway, which we did make. It was such a beautiful night though. The sunset was just so nice. It was just really nice. But we eventually made it to where we are now, just along the Ridgeway. We did about 70 miles, just over 70 miles. So a good start to our first day to get our pint at the highest pub. But it is time to get up. Beautiful sunrise to ride into this morning. Where I'm camping, it's not too icy or stuff, but it does look like down there it got a bit colder and there might be some frozen trails to crunch over. Right, let's get this camp set packed away and let's make our start on day 2 of getting to the highest pub. Let's go. Right guys, so I've just packed away, woken up, packed everything away. I've come to pack up my bike. I've got a flat front tyre. It was fine yesterday when I went to bed, so I'm hoping it just went down because of temperature changes or something, or maybe it's just got a really like slow puncture. I don't know, we'll find out in a minute. But oh, look at this, absolutely stunning. Also, the bike is very dirty with frozen mud, so I need to try and get some of this off over the course of the day, especially around here. Although it's not too bad there, but around here is annoying me. Right, I'm going to pump this tyre up, hopefully it just stays up. I didn't hear it go down, so if it is a puncture it must be a very slow one, so hopefully the tubeless sealant will do its job. Fingers crossed. Right, tyre is pumped up. It doesn't seem to be going down. I can't hear anything anyway. It feels good. Hopefully that was just randomly a flat tyre in the night for some unknown reason. Hopefully it's fixed. Right, we're gonna head on the Ridgeway for a little bit longer, and then we're gonna drop down in Swindon and grab some food, grab a bit of breakfast, and stock up on some supplies for the rest of the day. And the trails are nice and frozen, which is good because yesterday at night this was just sloshy, slippery and very muddy. Let's go. Hey guys, just coming through Swindon now. It's about -1, and well, I must have found the warmest place in the area to camp last night, because where I camped it wasn't really like frozen. As soon as I walked out of that little area, frozen. And now I've stopped, had some breakfast, I've raided the bakery section, and I feel so bloody full and now. So we are about to head out to the Cotswolds and get warmed up, because after stopping I am bitterly cold. But today is looking like it's going to be another bright blue sky sunny day, so it should warm up a bit. It's just so beautiful out here today. Again, another beautiful day on the horizon. Let's go to the Cotswolds. It's snowing. I ain't joking, it's just from that tree. It's not actually snowing. This morning, I thought when we left Swindon, the sun was beaming, the sky was blue. I thought we were in for a treat. However, that has not materialised, and it's just been very foggy, and it got extremely cold. My Garmin was registering at like -5. A buff was freezing. Yeah, it was just a very foggy cold experience, although it's nice when riding, but it was quite cold. But it does seem like the skies are going to start becoming a bit more blue and the sun is trying its hardest to break through. I've just come through a little village called Ablington, so we are now in the Cotswolds officially, and we've got about 20 miles or so to get through it. The temperature is now starting to get a little bit warmer, so the trails are becoming muddy, slick and slippery, but generally this morning has just been like a nice ride. I'm gonna chill here for a minute because this is just like absolutely beautiful. It's nice. I'm just hoping the fog lifts and we get them blue skies like we did yesterday, because that was just spot on. I think today's plan, the goal for today, is to try and get around 60 or 70 miles in total. Like yesterday, we've done about 25 so far this morning, so got a bit of work to do, but luckily it is mostly flat or grind, like sort of nothing really steep. It's just a bit draggy, and then we get a little descent. Right, I'm going to chill here for a little bit. The skies are becoming blue. We are heading in that direction. Into the Cotswolds we go. Well, yep, the mud is all melted and now it's super sticky, and my bike feels like I'm pedaling 2 bikes up a hill. Hopefully as we descend it'll just fly off. But good news, the sky's blue and the sun is shining. Happy days. Just coming up to the 40-mile mark for the day, and I think we've got about 10 more miles of the Cotswolds, the beautiful rolling hills of the Cotswolds left, until we descend out and head towards Stratford upon Avon. Stratford is still another 20-30 miles more once I drop out of the Cotswolds. However, it is pretty flat. But I don't know if I'm going to make it there before it gets dark or not. I'm not sure yet. I took a look on Google Maps earlier. I have found a potential camp spot for tonight, although it's another 10 miles from Stratford, so that means doing another 40 miles. So who knows? But there's a nice wooded area alongside the bridleway, and it looks like it could be a good spot for a camp spot. But as you can see, the jacket's off, the gloves are off, and that's because it's like 8 degrees. It's nearly double figures, guys. It's basically summer. All right, I want to get these 10 miles done. It's all a drag up to the highest pub, obviously. We're always going up. Right, let's get out the Cotswolds. Are you around?
Yes.
Because I'm actually very close to you.
Are you?
Yeah, because I'm cycling to the highest pub in Britain, which is in the Yorkshire Dales. So I'm coming through Stratford.
Oh, lovely.
Do you fancy letting me sleep on your sofa tonight?
Yeah, you can sleep on the sofa.
Or the garden, I don't mind.
The sofa's free. It's fine.
Because I'm on the Greenway. Do you know where that?
Stratford Greenway.
Yeah, I'm coming down that way.
Yeah, we're not too far from there. You know what our address is?
I do not know your address. Can you text it me?
Yeah. Yeah, it's not too far from there.
Okay.
Just got to go through the town.
Okay, well, I'll probably be like maybe half an hour or something.
That's alright. I'm not going anywhere.
Okay.
Alright, we'll see you in a bit then.
You're on YouTube, by the way.
Oh yeah?
Yeah, I'm recording this conversation.
Oh, hello everyone on YouTube. I'm Kaylee. I'm this big sister.
As you can see, it's dark. The sun has set. We've done about 60 miles so far today. Now, I'm just coming to Stratford. You just heard the conversation. So I have actually got somewhere to stay. This works out better because tomorrow we can start on the canal, and it means I don't have to worry about finding somewhere tonight and ended up not finding somewhere and just having to get all the way through Birmingham and then all through the busy stuff. We can do all the busy stuff tomorrow. Right, as always, I'll see you bright and early in the morning. No wild camping tonight. Good morning, guys. Good morning. Today you are joining me at Stratford upon Avon. There was no wild camping last night. I ended up sleeping on a sofa, which was nice. We now have 230 miles until the pub, and today is going to be a long day along lots of canals and flatness as we head further north through all the busy areas. I thought, let's make my life easy. We'll just have easy to follow canals. They shouldn't be, hopefully, fingers crossed, too wet, and it's weekday, so shouldn't be too busy, but we have got a good way to go as we head through Birmingham, and we're gonna have to try and do quite a lot of miles to get through all of this built up area so we can actually find somewhere to camp tonight. But it's looking like another beautiful day. It's a little bit warmer today. It's only like 2 or 3 degrees at the moment, and it's gonna get to like 8, so basically summer. But yeah, this trip so far has been absolutely glorious. The first day, just absolutely beautiful sunshine. The second day, still beautiful, yet a little bit muddy. Now today is the flat day. Let's get into it. This is day 3 of getting to the highest pub in Britain. Let's go. Such a nice day. The problem with canals is they're so relaxing, they're kind of lazy, so it's really hard to get any motivation to actually ride any miles. We're saying that we've done about 15 so far today. We are just coming off the Stratford and Avon Canal onto the Grand Union Canal at a place called Kingswood, or pretty close to there. This morning I raided my sister's kids goodie box. We got a cheese string. Who remembers these bad boys? And some party rings to get our party on. Good old fake cheese. Yeah, done 15 miles. Just feeling proper sleepy today. But it's just going to be a very chilled out day before we head into the Dales, or sort of around trains. But it's just going to be a very chilled out day this whole day. I wanted this section to be as chilled out as possible because towards the end it ramps up in difficulty with lots of ups and downs until we get to the highest pub. I'm going to chill out for a few minutes. I'm not going to sit here for too long because I know I could easily sit here for hours. I'm going to eat this cheese string and into Birmingham we go. Ah, what a day. Today is all about cracking out the miles. We've done about 45 miles so far. We're just coming out of all the built up areas for a little bit. We are at Chasewater and we're going to head into Cannock Chase for a bit of nice off-road riding, hopefully. The canals have been lovely. It has been a bit boggy and muddy in places, but today I'm just focusing on cracking out the miles. We have around, let's double check this, we have 182 miles until we reach the highest pub. We've got about 2.5 hours of daylight left today, so I'm probably going to ride into the night a bit tonight, I think, just to try and crack out all, because this section's just like really flat, generally quite easy and fast to ride, so I'm just going to try and get this bit out as quick as possible, although we are still in quite built up places, so I do need to find somewhere to wild camp. It might be along the canal, possibly Cannock Chase, I don't know. I've never actually been there, I'm not sure what that's like, but we'll see in a bit. But I'm gonna have some food. We got some more of these Polish sausages thing, lovely dovely, and this sun, look at this, it's just absolutely glorious. And guys, I'm pretty sure summer is definitely on its way, because the sun is starting to actually produce a bit of heat. Somebody's starting to crank that dial up and we're getting some warmth. Nice.
Wow, good morning guys, good morning. Today is day 4 of our epic journey to get to the highest pub in Britain. Today we are starting out along the Trent and Mersey Canal. I camped in this field just over here last night. I ended up not doing like too many extra miles. I think I ended up doing about 60 miles in total after coming through Cannock Chase, which was just nice downhill through these like gravelly tracks, which was actually beautiful. I decided to not go too much further because we're going to head into sort of Stoke-on-Trent. We basically got to follow canals until about Macclesfield, so we've still got a good amount of canals left to do today, maybe like 30 or 40 more miles, and then we head sort of up and around Manchester, sort of out of the way a bit. So that's the plan for today, is to just sort of get out of there. This morning's sky is absolutely beautiful. It's a little bit cloudier today. It definitely got down into the minuses just by the sheer amount of frost that's on my bike this morning. But I was pretty toasty warm and everything. Right, we've got a few miles until we get to a place called Stone, which is where I'm going to stop, get some breakfast, stock up on some supplies, and let's enjoy this beautiful morning along by the canal. Today the canals were quite muddy. At least right now they're going to be frozen. Let's go and enjoy this morning stroll along the canal. Well guys, just arrived in Stone. It's a very fresh morning. So we're breaking all the rules today, so you can never comment on any of my videos. You say I never eat hot food ever again. We got a hot oven steak bake thing. We've also got a vegetable samosa. And again, you can't say I never have a coffee, because technically, oh, if I don't break my bike, this is kind of a coffee. It's a triple espresso Starbucks thing. So that's breakfast. Oh, nice fresh morning to start the day. Beautiful. But I think we have about 160 miles until we reach the pub. Now today's plan, the goal, the aim for today is to just try and get that down to 100. Like, I want it, by the end of the day, I want that no more than 100 miles to go. Hopefully less, and then I predict about a day and a half more riding when we get it to 100 miles. Right, breakfast time, and then let's crack on along the canal. Right guys, we have done 44 miles so far today. We're just about to start hitting all the hills, and well, today is very grey, but we only have 124 miles to go. So today I want to clock off that 24 miles. The next 24 miles though are going to be hilly. I guess let the tears begin as we head up the side. We're going to sort of head up and around kind of Manchester, up in the hills. Right, let's climb some hills, let the tears begin. This hill's pretty steep, but we're going to head around the outskirts of sort of Manchester. I think, hopefully, I've plotted a good off-road route, but who knows. The commute elevation shows it as lots of steepness, so it should be fun. Right, up we go, and hopefully down soon. Well guys, looks like I'm gonna head into the night a little bit tonight, because I've still got about 7 miles to reach that 100-mile left target. Also, I need to find somewhere to camp, which I think luckily should be within about 10 miles or so, where it looks like on the map that it gets a bit more open and nice for somewhere to camp. We've been hitting the Pennine bridleways, which the last time we were doing them in this direction, it was howling with wind,
smash my face with rain. So not having all that to deal with this time is much nicer. Happy days. So I'm going to go into the night a little bit, try and crack through some miles, give us a nice start for tomorrow morning. I'll see you at camp in the morning.
Oh, wow, good morning guys, good morning. This is day 5, I think it's day 5 of getting to the highest pub in Britain. Last night we cracked through some miles. It was hard, it was getting tiring. It started raining, it was incredibly windy. But we did get it down below the 100-mile mark. We now have just 19 miles to go until we get to that pub for the highest pint. Today's goal is simple. Just get as close to the pub as possible so we have the easiest, shortest day tomorrow. I would like 50-60 miles if possible, but the hills are hard and the Pennines Bridleway is always, wow, not that fun. I ended up camping by this reservoir down there. I'll put it on screen, the name of that one. I managed to get up here. It's a little bit flat, a nice wall, because yesterday it just suddenly got really windy. It was raining a bit. Luckily the wind was coming from that direction, coming this way, and so this wall was a godsend. Definitely a lot milder last night. I only got, I think like the lowest was like 5 degrees or something, so not cold at all really. But this is day 5. Gotta get this tent packed up and make a move. I'm so comfortable I could sleep for a lot longer today. Starting to feel a bit tired. It was a bit of a late night last night. Didn't get to camp until 10, I think. It's not that late really, is it? But yeah, right, let's get packed up and on we go.
In not great fun fashion, we're starting off with a little hiker bike. I was thinking about getting up to the top last night, but it was just so windy. I had to do what I had to do. But today is going to be a tough one. I can already feel it. Pennines Bridleway always hurts. Up we go. Right guys, just got to Hebden Bridge, going about 15 miles this morning. I'm just feeling super tired today. Last night was actually the first night on this trip that I've just slept the whole way through. I got into the tent and I just crashed the whole night, didn't wake up until the sun had risen. Just made a sandwich. We're gonna head up a very steep hill again. So my legs are just feeling it today, but we just got to keep on pushing through these miles. Just really want to get that down to like 30 miles so we can have a nice easy day tomorrow. But we'll see what happens. It's been kind of slow going and it will continue to be slow going
I'm gonna eat this and we're gonna head into the hills. And I think tonight I'll probably do what I did last night and ride into the darkness a little bit again. But we'll see. Sandwich time. We've got a baguette, ham, and some squirty cheese. Yum. Right guys, so I've done 30 miles. We've got 62 miles until we reach that pub. I still want to get another at least 20 miles done today, if not another 30. Currently 1:30. Today the wind has just been absolutely smashing into my face, making me work extremely hard to get them miles. It's taken all morning. I think we left at like 8 AM. It's currently 1:30 and we've only done about 30 miles. So it's been brutal, and lots of ups. Some fun downs though. It's all very grey, but at least it's not raining and as bad as it was when I was doing the Great North Trail. It definitely feels a lot nicer this time than that time. Let's have a little chill out of the wind for a minute, and then we are gonna crack on and get a few more miles done. Well guys, the sun has officially set. Not that we actually saw it today, of course. It's 2 days in a row where we haven't seen the sun. Hopefully tomorrow we will get a little bit of sun for a nice finish. I have done about 50 miles so far today. Still feel absolutely drained today, super tired. I don't know why. I slept really well. It should be the opposite, but it's not. But we've been grinding on. We've done 50 miles so far, and we've got about 40 and a bit to go. It's going to get dark very soon, so I am going to just pedal into the night like I did last night and try and get that down to a minimum of 30 miles. So that will give us a really nice easy day tomorrow for a nice finish at the pub. I don't know if it's just because it's like the penultimate day. Today just felt just really hard. I'm just so close, but yet so far. So close, guys, to the highest pub in Britain. And if all goes well, tomorrow is the day we will make it. But as always, I'll see you bright and early in the morning at camp.
Well, good morning guys, good morning. It's just before sunset, so you probably just can't really see me. Whoa. Well, we made very good progress last night. We've probably only got 20 miles, 20 and a little bit miles to go until we reach that highest pub. So if all going well, today is going to be the final day, the long awaited day of finally reaching that pub. Ended up doing, I think it was like 70 something miles last night, and past a little village called Hornton in Ribblesdale, and we are now climbing one of the final climbs, which is actually going to be the highest point on this entire route. Funnily enough, that's not the pub, but that's what we got to do this morning. I was considering getting all the way to the top last night, but by that time I was just so tired and I just really wanted to camp. And I ended up finding this little sort of hidden kind of little section out of the wind. There's a little stream, so there's a nice little sound of the water running, and I slept really good. As soon as I got into the tent, I laid down and I literally just crashed and didn't wake up until about an hour ago. But we're gonna make a little bit of an early start and get up to the top of the climb, and then just a couple more climbs until we reach the highest pub in Britain. Today is the day we make it. Let's get packed up and let's climb this first climb and get to the highest point on the route. Let's do it. Look at this, guys. We've made it to the highest point on the route, and what a beautiful, beautiful morning. It's a little bit overcast, there's no sun quite yet. I'm sure for our final day it will show its face. Probably won't. But we are now at the highest point, so I think we've got maybe like 1 or 2 climbs till we get to the highest pub. This morning is just so beautiful. There's barely a breeze, it's still, I haven't seen a soul, everyone's still in bed. It is Sunday today, so for a quick breakfast before we get to the pub, as we are in Yorkshire, I thought we'd have Yorkshire pudding, some beef. Unfortunately I haven't got any gravy, or jus for the more civilised among us. But yeah, we're gonna have little Yorkshire pudding breakfast. Yum. Now we get to descend. Let's go! Oh guys, I'm so close. Less than 3 miles, 2.5 miles to go until we make it to the highest pub in Britain. What an adventure this has been. It's had a bit of everything. It's had mud, it's had a little bit of rain, plenty of wind, some ice, some cold nights, some humid nights, some good wild camping, some okay wild camping, and some fun riding, some tiring riding, but it's been an awesome trip. And well, there's just one thing left to do.
now we must continue our pub run. And where else could we possibly go from the highest pub? That's right, the lowest pub. Just over 200 miles away from the highest pub sits the Admiral Wells in a village of Holme near Peterborough, sitting just 9 feet or 2.75 metres below sea level. There is only one thing left to do.
Starting our day out with some good old Yorkshire Dales bog. Nice. Well guys, that is a very boggy start to the ride coming through the Yorkshire Dales. Today's plan really isn't to get too far, maybe do 20-30 miles. We're obviously starting at Tan Hill and we're sort of heading through the Dales until Skipton, which then it pretty much gets all nice and flat and downhill from there. Obviously the Yorkshire Dales is a little bit hilly, but it should be fun. Now it has been very boggy, the first little section, but we have just found some nice bridleway, nice gravelly track, so long may it continue. Happy days. I don't want to do too many miles today. I've been on the road now I think 6 days, so today I want to make sure I get into camp before it gets dark. The last few nights I have not been able to manage that, so today we've got to do our best to manage that. Right, let's continue. Let's hope we get some nice rideable, gravelly, fun stuff. And the views today are beautiful. The wind is starting to pick up, but it's on my back, so I'll take it. Let's go. Well guys, I've definitely chosen the path less travelled for sure. Mostly it's been hike a bike today. We've only done about 7 miles so far. It's currently about 3, so we've got a couple more hours. Probably just going to try and get to like 15 miles or something, maybe 20. I don't even know. Today is just about making a little start, making a little dent into the lowest pub bikepacking trip. But if I spot somewhere really good to camp, I'm just going to stop and camp early because I want a nice early night. Now, before we conquer these couple more hills behind me, have a little snack. Now, if you've watched the previous bikepacking to the highest pub, you will already be familiar with this trailside snack. And as we are in Yorkshire, we have a Yorkshire pudding with some beef. Good. Now, there might be a lot of hike bike so far on this trip, at the start at least, but I mean, just look at these views. It's just absolutely beautiful. And there's just a gentle breeze. It's quite warm, it's mild. It's just like the perfect day to be here. There's nobody in sight, just nobody around.
It's the way I like it. It's just beautiful. Right, I'm gonna have my Sunday lunch and we're gonna go and find somewhere to camp and hopefully get a few rideable miles under our belt. Right, let's go. Right guys, you probably can't really see me because, well, it has got dark quite quickly. It's only just got dark. It is only about 5:15, half 5. We didn't do that many miles today. We did just a little 15 miles. But a nice little start nonetheless to get us on the way to the lowest pub. I found this beautiful camper spot. I'm high up, but it's really calm, it's really quiet apart from the birds, and I'm gonna have a nice long sleep, a good 12 hours I think, pretty much. And for dinner I have got it's not against us, it's a chili beef Jamaican pate, but it says flaky pastry, so I might eat that in the porch of my tent. Don't want to get my home messy, do I? Right, I'm gonna chill and I'll see you guys as always bright and early in the morning, and hopefully tomorrow we'll see a bit of sun and we'll make some more progress towards that pub. Right, I'll see you in the morning.
Well, good morning guys, good morning. I have, get that out of my, well, good morning guys, good morning. I have woken up with the ability of not being able to breathe out of my left nostril, so that's fun. Wow, what a beautiful sky. Last night was absolutely beautiful. It started really cloudy and then all the clouds just disappeared, and then the sky was just twinkling with all the stars, and it was beautiful. That did, however, mean it got pretty cold because I mean my tent's all frozen. I'm not sure what it got down to, but definitely below 0. Forgot to mention last night, but I am camped up by, like, the nearest place is a little village or town called Reef, I think it's called. That's just basically over there. You can literally see it from up here. Today we've got about 35 miles of the Yorkshire Dales left. We're definitely going to try our best to get through there. The great thing is with a route like this is because we start at a high point and we finish at a low point, it's just going to get progressively easier. Well, it should, hopefully. I'm going to get this tent packed up and get underway. It's looking lit. It's a nice bitterly cold wind out there today. Let's go see what the trails have in store for us. Well, the outer of my tent is completely frozen rigid. The wind up here, it's not blowing right now, but when it comes, it is so bitterly cold. Whew. But yeah, fun times. My tent is frozen solid. Nice. It might be on the bitterly cold side, but this is what makes it worth it. This is what makes winter bikepacking worth it. Seeing that sunrise, blue skies, icy, frosty, crunchy grass, and just look at this. This is where I camped last night. Absolutely beautiful. And now, even better, we get the sun. Happy days! Right, let's go and see what the rest of the Yorkshire Dales has in store for us. Hopefully it's nice and rideable. The start yesterday wasn't very rideable, but it did end up becoming quite nice and rideable. Lots of steep stuff, but lots of fun rideable stuff too. Right, let's go and enjoy this beautiful morning sun. Nice. Cold descending down there. Right, I was going to go a little bit further and stop for breakfast. We've actually done like 6 miles, but I can't resist stopping here with this view of Boston Castle. Absolutely beautiful morning. The lush winter sun is there. It's not exactly hot, but it is just nice. And we're going to have another one of these chili beef Jamaican pate things. And I'm just going to chill here for a bit, and then we're going to, I think today we've got maybe like 2 or 3 more long slogs of climbs, and then it's like a really nice downhill into Skipton. The plan is to get at least to Skipton and a little bit out of it, hopefully. We hit the canals for a little bit after Skipton to get through all the built up places. That's the unfortunate thing about having to go to this, where this lowest pub is. It's in kind of all these built up places. Oh well, I'm going to enjoy this castle, eat some food. We're going to crack on into this beautiful, absolutely stunning morning. Let's go.
hiking up the steepest thing ever, with the views are bloody breathtaking. I'll give it that. When we reach the top of this hiker bike, that's the highest point on this route. So technically it's all downhill from the top of this hill, but it's really, really steep, and it's very, very tiring, especially when you can't breathe. Well, I'm on top of the world. I can't see a bloody thing, and that hiker bike was long, grueling, and probably the worst hiker bike I've done in a very long time. And now we get to go down, which doesn't look much like it's actually rideable because I can't see a bloody thing. Oh my god, everything's downhill now. Please, I hope, I think, I don't know, let's go. Right guys, we are now in Skipton, so all the hard stuff is behind us, thank God, because that hiker bike just broke me today. I just been feeling rough. Even descending was just tiring. But luckily we get to cruise along the canal for a bit now, so we'll be able to make some easy miles up and just chill a little bit. There's going to be zero chance of me being able to get to camp, I'm pretty sure, before it gets dark, because I've got to head towards Bradford and try and get through there, hopefully get through the other side, unless I find somewhere really good before, I'm not sure yet. But we're going to have some oranges. We're going to try and get rid of this cold before we get to the lowest point, which should be, I'm thinking, not tomorrow, but the next day, if all goes well. I need to lube the chain, eat some oranges, and then hit the canal. And the sun is shining and the skies are blue. Happy days. Right, on we go.
Good morning, guys. Good morning. I cracked on into the night last night just to get through all them built up areas, and I'm very, very glad I did now, because we managed to cover about 80 miles yesterday. So I'm currently sort of just past sort of Wakefield, and we're past the busiest areas now, so that's good. I'm currently camped up in this really quite nice woodlands. Well, I must have been tired, because literally as soon as I set up camp last night and I put my head to the pillow, I just flat out passed out basically. This is actually day 7 of actually being on the road, and today is a day all about just getting as many miles under our belt, because this should be the penultimate day. We have about 125 miles to go, so if we can get that down to as low as possible, that will be great. And the good news is it's all pretty pedally flowy downhill now, technically, according to the Komoot elevation. This woods is nice and foggy this morning. It definitely got down to around 0 last night, but I was nice and toasty warm in this tent, and I really could just go back to sleep and sleep here all day. But it is time to get up and see what the day has in store for us. Come on, let's go.
What an absolutely stunning morning. We've done about 20 miles and we are just coming through a place called Mexborough. We've been riding along the Pennine Trailway all morning, glorious in that winter sun, absolutely beautiful. The crunch of the frost. It was bloody nippy though. Just found a Lidl and we've raided their bakery. We've got some croissants, we've got some apple turnovers. Really are the goats of supermarket bakeries. We're gonna have some apple turnovers and some croissants. Today I want to get as close to possible to the lowest pub. I would like to get just before a place called Stamford, and that will leave us like 20 to 30 miles depending on where we end up camping, but that would be ideal. Now we've done 20, we've still probably got another 50 to do, but in total we've got 107 miles to go, so I need to crack out a lot of miles. Luckily for me, the trails are all flat and rideable. Well, they have been so far, so I'm hoping they continue that way. Such a glorious day. The sky is now blue, the frost is melting, and it's warming up. Time for some breakfast, and then let's keep cracking through these miles and get to that lowest pub. Food time. Ah, guys, today is just so good. My mind, my body just feels really good. The day is beautiful. This morning we've been finding all these little hidden gem bridleways and cycle tracks. Just beautiful, nice and easy, nothing too strenuous, and it's just been generally really fun. I've done about 40 miles and we've got about 85 to go until we actually reach the pub, so I'm still going to do another 40 today, but I'm feeling really good. I think sometimes your body just decides to shut down or something, because last night I got into camp, set up camp, had a little wash, had a little bite to eat, and I don't remember anything after. Putting my sleeping bag, getting into my sleeping bag, putting the hood of my sleeping bag on, and then the next thing I know it was like 6:30 and I was waking up. Yeah, so I think my body just decided enough is enough. We're sleeping completely through tonight, and that was much needed. Done 40 miles a day, and we're now at a place called Clumber Park. I'll put it on screen. Just outside a place called Worksop, and now we get to cruise through some nice woodlands and just generally have a nice time. The weather is absolutely gorgeous. There was a bit of a headwind earlier, but while we're in the trees I can't feel it. It's warmed up as well, 8 degrees, coat is off, gloves are off. Summer is on the way. All right, we're gonna cruise through the woods. Oh, I'm just feeling so good today. Maybe it's just because I know we're so very close. Today is the penultimate day, and tomorrow we will get the pint at the lowest pub. Let's go. Right guys, we are smashing through their miles today, feeling good still. We are currently at Newark-on-Trent. I've done about 66 miles or something like that, and it means we've got about 60 to do in total until we get to that lowest pub for the lowest pint. But the sun is just setting right now. It's absolutely gorgeous here. The sun is just beautiful. The weather's just been so good today. It's like the best day. Now I am gonna ride into the night a little bit longer, do another 20, maybe 30 miles, drop that down so we have a nice and easy day tomorrow. I'm really hoping to get a camp spot in the woods tonight, because I think there's something to be said about sleeping among the trees. I think you just generally get a better night's sleep. Definitely did last night, and I want an even better one like that tonight. So, but around here there isn't too many wooded areas, but I think on the map where I come through, it looks like there is going to be a few sections where I come through where there's some wooded sections. So that is the plan, that's the hope. But yeah, we're gonna go riding into the night again just for a few hours. I mean, it gets dark so early, so yeah. Just cross for me, I will find a wooded, sheltered area to camp in tonight. And as always, I will see you bright and early in the morning.
Oh, well, good morning guys, good morning. And then birds are chirping away nice and early this morning. They will not shut up. Try and sleep. Well, last night we rode into the night to crack a bunch more miles to get us as close to the lowest pub possible. And well, after a few route deviations, a few muddy bridleways, I am pleased to say I did over 100 miles. I did about 103 miles, I think it was. And that means we are less than 30 miles away, something like 28 miles until the lowest pub. I'm currently a few miles away from Stanford, actually a few miles to there, and then going through to Peterborough, and then down to the lowest pub. It should be a pretty straightforward day. Last night got so foggy, I literally could not see a thing, but we managed to actually find a nice little wooded area, and it's a lot drier in here than it looks like out there. But that sky this morning is absolutely beautiful, and I think we are in for another beautiful day, which is perfect because we've got a very easy day, just 30 miles. If nothing goes wrong in these last 30 miles, today will be the day we have gone from the highest pub to the lowest pub. Let's get packed up, let's make a move.
Cheers.